Hi everyone, welcome to today's webinar. Today we'll be talking about age discrimination. So to start off with today's webinar, we'll start with a quote, which is, "Age is no barrier, it's a limitation you put on your mind," by Jackie Joyner Kersee. First off, we'll be introducing the definition of each generation. So first, we have the silent generation, which refers to the generation born between 1925 to 1945, which for these generation, they are currently between 76 to 96 years old. And then we have the baby boomers generation, which refers to people born between 1946 to 1964. And the baby boomers generation is currently between 57 to 75 years old. Then after that, we have the Generation X, which refers to the generation born between 1965 to 1979. And for Generation X, people are currently between 41 to 56 years old. Then after Generation X, we have Generation Y, which refers to people born between 1980 to 1996, which are currently between 25 to 40 years old. Then we have Generation Z, which refers to people born between 1997 to 2013, and they're currently between 9 to 24 years old. And lastly, we have the Generation Alpha, which refers to people born from 2013 to present, and the oldest age in the Generation Alpha is currently 8 years old. So now we'll be introducing to the first topic of today's webinar, which is, what is ageism? So ageism is the stereotypes, how we think, prejudice, how we feel, and discrimination, how we act towards others or oneself based on age. This is an image that shows the experiences with everyday ageism. So among adults aged between 50 to 80, 82% of them experienced one or more forms of everyday ageism in their day-to-day lives. 65% of them experienced exposure to ageist messages. 45% of them experienced ageism in interpersonal interactions. And 36% of them experienced internalized ageism. Some examples of ageism include young people are lazy, seniors don't know how to use technology, young people are spoiled, seniors are intolerant, young people don't have enough experience to get a job, as well as seniors are too old to keep up in the workforce. So these are all common examples that we might hear about that's comments that relate to ageism. Then we'll now be talking about the common stereotypes and misconceptions around aging. So first, the common misconception is decision making, which refers to one's ability to make decisions. Sometimes seniors are seen to have lost some cognitive abilities. Although this may affect some people, it has molded a strong societal perception for all seniors, which leads to people to believe that they can't make decisions for themselves. Consequently, it's a key lost freedom. The key freedoms are being lost for the seniors. And for young people, they also experience this stereotype, but conversely. Many believe less experience also means the inability to sensibly make decisions. Then we also have the misconception of perceived weakness. Often, older adults are viewed as frail or fragile. Consequently, many perceive all seniors as helpless, needing help to complete everyday tasks. This association causes them to lose independence in their daily lives. Then, to the third topic for ageism, we'll be talking about today's discriminatory practices. So, first, we have the workplace discrimination, which applies to both seniors and the youth today. So, for seniors, though age discrimination is illegal in many countries and regions, it is still commonplace. Seniors are often seen as too old to do certain jobs. Younger people are often favored to get jobs because they are seen as more capable. Older employees are often receive unequal treatment in the workplace and face daily discrimination. The seniors are usually less likely to get the same training opportunities as younger workers, and they are less likely to get promotions and are often harassed at work. Ultimately, if a company needs to lay off some of their workers, they are much more likely to encourage senior employees to retire or lay them off. This can make it harder for older adults to get and keep a job to be financially stable. Then, for the workplace discrimination for youth, because of their age and lack of experience and education, young workers are more likely to be underpaid, overworked, and harassed or abused in the workplace. In a 2020 survey of 18 to 24-year-olds, 37.77% answered that they had experienced workplace discrimination for their young age, and 60% felt that their coworkers had negative stereotypes against themselves for their lack of experience. Many youth find it hard to break into the workforce as most jobs require previous experience, yet you need a job to get experience in the first place. Another common issue today is the issues caused in retirement homes. So, elders often live in retirement homes as they get older so they can have help when they need it. Although retirement homes prove to be beneficial and helpful for many seniors, there are many cases of residents being treated poorly. Inadequate care is often provided, includes not being properly medicated, emotional neglect, and abuse. Elder abuse in retirement homes can affect physical and mental health and have devastating effects on seniors' lives. For families who might want to report these issues, they can report nursing home abuse by contacting the local police or law enforcement, the long-term care ombudsman, the medical experts like doctors and nurses, and as well as the nursing home administrators. Now, just like mentioned earlier, ageism, abuse, and neglect is a big issue currently for ageism. So there is no question that seniors are valuable members of any community. Despite this, they are vulnerable to social injustice such as ageism, abuse, neglect, and social isolation. According to the World Health Organization, elder abuse is defined as a single or repeated act or lack of appropriate action occurring in any relationship where there is an expectation of trust that causes harm or distress to an older person. This kind of abuse results in poor quality of life and harmful physiological effects that increases the risk of death among seniors. When someone fails to adequately care for an older person, it is known as elder neglect. A caregiver might be a family member or someone who is in charge of the person's care. A neglectful caretaker may fail to bathe, clothe, or feed the individual on a regular basis. The caregiver may even abandon the person in dangerous situations. So some causes of elder abuse and how they relate to ageism is, in many ways, elder abuse is the most harmful expression of ageism. The question remains, if elder abuse is so prevalent in our communities, why does it occur? A broad reason for this is in fact ageism. Ageism acts as an idea that validates abusive behavior towards seniors, since seniors are portrayed and confused and dependent on others, with little to offer. According to the media, there is systematic abuse present in retirement and long-term care homes, but little is being done to address it. There is little interest from the public to tackle this issue in its entirety on a political level. When age discrimination intersects with other forms of discrimination, like ableism, sexism, and racism, individuals may face even more oppression and disadvantages. Then, for the fourth topic for today, we'll be introducing how the stigma that comes with ageism takes a toll on our mental health. So, some effects ageism can have on mental health is the following. First, clinical research shows that seniors who are less exposed to ageism and have better relationships have more positive self-perceptions leading to better overall mental health. In turn, these seniors lived on average 7.5 years longer than seniors with negative perceptions on aging. And for older adults are often victim to biases, even in the world of medicine. Young people are often considered great candidates for building relationships, therapy, and recovery from illness, including mental or physical. This plays a role in lowering the availability of mental health care for seniors. Clinicians express less interest in working with the seniors in these areas because they believe that seniors don't have the potential to get better when looking at mental health. And especially during COVID-19, the seniors are also experiencing unfair treatment due to ageism. The COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on everyone's mental health in one way or another. Seniors, however, have been targeted by the media in the way that is likely to inflict negative mental health effects on them. People 65 years of age and older are almost always portrayed as a risk group when looking at the COVID-19 virus's severity. As a result, seniors all have to been statistically more scared, anxious, isolated, and depressed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Although seniors are scared of contracting the virus, some are even more scared that they won't receive adequate medical treatment if they do contract the virus. This is again because the healthcare industry seems to treat seniors more unfairly compared to younger generations. And for the youth during this pandemic, younger people are more likely to have less financial stability and to work in the service industry where there is a higher risk of transmission. The global survey on youth and COVID-19 revealed that 1 in 6 youth, most notably aged between 18 to 24, employed before the pandemic stopped working altogether. Since youth are often less experienced and educated, they are often more likely to be fired during mass layoffs. Working hours fell by nearly a quarter, and 47% reported a reduction in income. 3/4 of students experienced school closures, and 1 in 8 students were unable to transition to online learning, left without access to courses, teaching, or training. And today's last topic, we'll be talking about intergenerational connections. Connections between generations are essential for the mental health and stability of a nation, by Margaret Mead. So, to reduce the intergenerational misunderstandings, we'll have to first know what it is. Intergenerational misunderstandings happen when one's information or beliefs, values, understandings, methods, etc., is shared that does not quite align with another's. Having conversations and listening non-judgmentally is an excellent way of letting people from different generations better understand each other and connect on a more personal level. Empathy is essential when learning to view the world from a new perspective. Some benefits of intergenerational connections include, according to studies conducted in 2016 and 17, it determined that out of those who participated in the Cyber Seniors Mentorship Program, students showed improvements in attitudes towards aging, and seniors who were low in social isolation showed significant reductions in social isolation scores. Research shows that children need as many as 4 to 6 involved and caring adults in their lives to fully develop emotionally and socially. One study showed that when a child is mentored by an adult, they are 46% less likely to begin using illegal drugs, 27% less likely to begin using alcohol, and 52% less likely to skip school. People who connect with others generally perform better when tested for memory retention and cognitive skill. Active, involved older adults with close intergenerational connections constantly report much less depression, better physical health, and higher degrees of life satisfaction. They tend to be happier with their present life and more hopeful for the future. Some further learning on ageism materials include the Friends and Family Dialogue Guide, the Anti-Ageism Quick Guide, the How to Report Abuse in Nursing Homes, and on podcasts, you could find Aging Unmasked at the episode 3, which focuses on ageism. And there is another book called This Chair Rocks, A Manifesto Against Ageism, which is another book that focuses on the ageism in the society. So thank you so much for listening to today's presentation.